Hey everybody, what's going on? Ed here again, bringing you another game. Today we have Zulus on the Ramparts. This is a States of Siege game by Victory Point Games. One of my favorites. It's in the realm of like Autumn and Sunset and Dawn of the Zeds and those types of games. This game is really fun. It's based off of a battle of Rorke's Drift, which is a famous battle where I believe it was British soldiers were pinned down in this little fort. 150 or so soldiers against 4,000 Zulu warriors, and they just had to survive and hold them off until backup arrives. It's a movie called Zulus that I recently watched. That you can get more understanding of this battle. It's a good movie. So, anyways, without getting too deep into the history here and just playing a game, let's jump into it. First thing we need to do is these are the Zulu attackers, I guess we'll call them, or the battalions in a sense. So we need to randomly put these guys out on the board in these 4 spots. So we'll start with the Indolando. In Indolando. I'm going to probably do really badly with all the names in this game, so bear with me. Alright, so actually we're not going to start with these, we're going to roll. So we're going to start on the chest. So the way the Zulus attack is they form this, I think it's called like a bull attack or something. So there's the chest, the loins, and then the 2 horns are how they form an attack. So we're going to put these guys, we'll go 1, 2, 3, no. We're going to start here. And then we'll roll to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 3, so the this is Indwelenge. We'll start out there, and then we'll go to the left horn. 1, 2. That'll be these guys, and then we'll go with these guys. Or we'll go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the Loco will go there. And then finally the Thilwana will go right there on the right horn. Okay, we start with the ammunition and water low. -1 DRM out. No barricades built. Our Zulu victory marker starts on the 0 space. If any of the Zulu warriors get to this space, that will trigger the end of the game and we will lose. So our goal is to basically keep them pushed back. We have some help. We have cards that we can play. I'll kind of run through the phases as we go. There's a book. The back of the book has a reference sheet. Alright, so so these are the cards. You always start with these 3 cards in your hand. You build the deck. There's not a whole lot to build in the deck. There's an end of the game card that you shuffle in the bottom 3 cards, or you add to the bottom 3 cards and shuffle up. And then there's about halfway through the deck, there's a nighttime has come. And then a nighttime shit will come out. And I'll show you the effects of that when it comes out. But basically the cards are hero cards, and then there's volley cards, which are your attack cards, which will do some different things. And there's a couple special events in the deck as well. So you start with Lieutenant Chard and Lieutenant Bromhead in your hand, and this 1 volley card. And I'll just kind of explain what I'm doing as I go. As you guys know, I'm not a real... here's how you play the game rules. type. I just enjoy playing the game and showing you what it's all about. Alright, so we start off by drawing, this is called a Mippy phase. So I draw a chip from the bag here. And it is, oh, that's probably not a good start. That is a Rifles Overheat. So, draw another marker, but only implement an advance marker. Otherwise, return it to the cup. Your volleys during the action phase this turn suffer -1 DRM. So we're -1 DRM. So that's actually a good time to draw this because we're probably not going to be shooting. And it is returned to the cup. So we draw another chip. And it's only implemented if it's an advance marker. So that's not an advance marker. So that goes back in the bag. The Rifles Overheat go back into the bag. And that's the end of that phase. Now we move on to the British action phase, which is my turn. You get one action that can include a number of things. I can put forth a hero. I can start to build my reserve platoon. I can build barricades. I can distribute water and ammo, or I can shoot. So in this first round, I am going to use my action to basically just put forth a hero. I am going to put forth Lieutenant, doesn't really matter. I'm going to put forth Lieutenant Chard. And then his ability is during the discard phase, or during the action phase, I can discard him to conduct up to 2 additional actions. That's kind of like a heroic action. He can also, as a free action, once he's put forth, I can use him as a volley, and that also discards him. Or I can return him to my hand and do this special ability down here, which is if you start phase, this phase would, if you start the draw phase with 3 or fewer cards, you can draw 1 additional card. So let's put him out for my action, and then we move on to the card draw phase. So I draw a card. I got a pretty nice volley card there for closer to the end, because it gives me a lot of dice for close range attacks. So card draw phase, and then hero phase. I'm going to go ahead and put forth Lieutenant Bromhead. This is a great card because during the action phase, I can return this to my hand and get another action. So he'll be coming in and out of my hand quite a bit, hopefully. So that's the draw phase. Housekeeping phase, we have nothing to housekeep. So we move back on to the draw chip phase. So we'll do that. I drew both horns advance 1. So these guys and these guys will both advance 1. Then we move on to my action phase. So nobody's in a range to attack yet, so I'm not going to volley. What I am going to do is I'm going to use Lieutenant Chard. I'm going to return him to my hand, and that allows me to get rid of this ammunition water low DRM. So that's no longer there. I have that taken care of for now. And yeah, so I'll go to the draw phase. I drew Commissary Dalton. So that's another hero. And then I'm going to put forth a hero. I'm going to go ahead and put out Lieutenant Chard. And we move on to housekeeping. There's nothing to housekeep. And start a new round. So we drew, oh my goodness, the loins are going to move forward 3. Good thing that is the one with only 1 marker. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put Lieutenant Chard here to start building a barricade. So that's my action. I'm going to start this barricade here. And then I'm going to return Bromhead to my hand to get one more action. And then I'm going to use... I'll use this card. Here they come, black as hell and thick as grass. That'll give me 2 dice. And bonus, after firing this volley during the action phase, you may perform 1 additional action. So, I'm going to discard that. And it'll give me 2 dice at 2 range. I'm going to attack those guys right there. So what happens on the dice rolls is a 5, I push them back. A 6, I kill one of their units. Anything else, nothing happens. So, nothing happens. But this card gave me 1 more action, so I'm going to go ahead and... I'll go ahead and put forth Bromhead again. Do I want to do that? Or do I want to build the other part of this barricade? No, I'll put forth Bromhead again. Alright, card draw. I got to commit to the reserve platoon, so that card won't be useful until I start to build up my reserve platoon here. Hero phase, I'll put forth Commissary Dalton, and that will go to housekeeping. There is none, and we'll draw another marker. We got, so maybe a quick game. The loins move forward 2. We just lost 1, 2. The quickest game ever of Zulu on the Ramparts. Wow. All right. Let's reset and let's try that again. Here we go. Zulus on the Ramparts. Take 2. We are all set up. Let's draw our first marker here. We got the loins moving 1. Okay. Action phase. I will put forth Chard. Draw a card. Got a volley card. I will put forth Bromhead in my hero phase. No housekeeping. And we get an R. So an R is, I don't think a whole lot's going to happen this early on. So regroup. Non-routed Ibuthus in boxes 3 or 5 recover 1 hit, and that's not a case. Routed Ibuthus, there is no routed. Retreat Ibuthus in box number 2 or lower, retreat. And rest, the Zulus lay low in the grass, and you may not fire volleys this round. So I can't shoot at them this turn. So that's done. It is now the British action phase. I'm going to put Chard back in my hand to remove this DRM marker. Card draw. Reserve platoon. Hero phase, I will put forth Chard once again. Housekeeping, nothing. We'll draw a marker. We got the loins moving ahead 2. Apparently I cannot mix these chits up. 1, 2. Here we go again. All right. Let's do a volley fire, present fire. That gives me, oh no, here they come, black as hell and thick as grass. This will give me a bonus action. So I'm gonna roll 2 dice. I got a 2 and a 3, so nothing happens. I'm going to put, for a free action, put Chart in here to start building this barricade. And I'm going to return him to my hand to get another action. And that action is going to be to volley, present fire. There we go. Well, oops, got some casualties anyway. So I knocked him down a bit. Draw a card. We got Corporal Sheath. Come in handy. Put forth the hero. I'll put forth Brumhead again. No housekeeping. Draw marker. It is the chest moving 1. Alright. For my action, I'm going to build the second part of the barricade. With Lieutenant Chard. I am going to... That's it. I'm going to draw a card. Commit the reserve platoon. So I got both of those cards now, which are good, but not so good, because it takes quite a few heroes. I have to have a lieutenant and a sergeant, or another lieutenant here to build a reserve platoon. So it's a lot of cards that are being not utilized sitting there to build a reserve platoon. So it's not a great card to have right now. Put forth the hero, put forth Corporal Sheath, and him during the, right after I draw a chit, before I put it on the board, he protects the north wall, so he will go out there like that. And, yeah. Housekeeping. We got Prince Dambulamanzi. Roll 1 die and return that number of advance markers, not arm markers or events, from among those discarded and place them back in the MAP cup. If there are not enough, take all of those that are available. Alright, so we roll a die. Got a 4, put that many advance markers back in. So there's only these 3. And then this goes back in the cup as well. If it's day, return this marker to the cup after implementing. If it's night, you discard it. Okay. So these 3 markers and this one will go back into the bag. And we move on to my action phase. Well, I think Chard's going to finish. He's going to come back to my hand. He's going to finish this barricade, which is going to move this marker up 1. That was my action. I think I'll stop there. So I'll draw a card. Volley fire by ranks. That's a good one at close range. Makes all my ammo go away though. Put forth the hero. So I'll put forth Chard once again. And I will draw a marker. The right horn advances 2. So they are now in firing range. I'll put forth Chard to start building the second barricade. I will I don't have a lot of good volley cards. This is gonna be difficult. So I'll draw a card. It's an independent fire at will. I don't have a hero to put forth, so I won't be doing that. Housekeeping, nothing to housekeep. Draw a new marker. We got the Prince one again, so basically this one two-chit's going to go back in the bag. Oh, I'm not mixing those up very good in the bag. I feel like I am. Okay, my action. I will use Charred to build the second part of this barricade. I will return Bromhead to my hand to get another action, and I'll use an independent fire at will, and I'm going to fire at the loins here with 2 dice. Double sixes. Sweet. So he's dead and he's off the board, which is excellent because now any of those chits that I draw no longer make effect. So I have defeated that Ibuthu or Zulu battalion, I guess you could call them. So, and that's the end of my action phase. I will draw a card. Another volley by ranks. Man. Alright, I'll put forth the hero. And go back to drawing a marker. We got all advance 1. So these guys are getting kind of scary right here now. I may have to use one of these. Okay, so for my action, Char's going to complete this last barricade. And yeah, Bromhead will return to my hand. And I'm going to do volley fire by ranks. I can't use this if I had the low ammo marker. And then I'm going to put the low ammo marker in that box. So we're going to use that. We're going to have that DRM. But this is after firing. So let's do our 3 dice. First, I'm going to attack the Thwana with 3 dice because they're at 2. I got 1 pushback. Now this comes out. And that's the end of my action phase. I draw a card. Commissary Dalton. I can put forth the hero. I will put forth Lieutenant Chard. And housekeeping, I have 5 cards, which is my max hand limit. That is that. So, draw another marker. R again. Alright, so let's see. Non-routed Abuthus in box 325. Recover 1 hit marker. Okay. Well, these haven't lost any hit markers, so we're good there. Retreat in boxes 2 will retreat 1. None are in box 2, and then we cannot fire at them this round. They're laying low in the grass. So, since that's the case, for my action, I'm going to return Chard to my hand to take care of this DRM. That's my action. And yep, draw a card. Mark your targets. That's a good one. Put forth a hero. I will put forth Bromhead. And housekeeping, I have to discard a card because I have 6. You know what? I'm going to discard one of these. Commit to the reserve platoons. And that's my housekeeping. Draw a marker. We got left horn, advance 2. All right. We got rid of that. We don't have a DRM. Okay, I'm going to play mark your targets when he comes. I roll 4 dice on a 2 spot. I'm going to roll 4 dice on Indolando. Holy cow. Nothing. Not good. With die rolls like this, it's tough to win. That was my action. Ugh. That's horrible. Yeah, I will just draw. Independent fire at will. Let's put forth Lieutenant Chard. You know what? I'm gonna put forth Commissary Dalton instead. So he's gonna go out there. And housekeeping phase, I'm at 4 cards, so I'm good. The loins advance 1. There is no more loins, so excellent. Action. I guess I'll play Independent Fire at will. I will shoot on the Indolando again. I got 1 hit, no pushback. So that was my action. Draw a card. Steady, lads, steady. Special event. A sergeant or lieutenant must be available to play this card. You can discard to reclaim. So I could play this and basically discard this and swap it for another card in the discard pile. Actually, instead of drawing a card, I can draw a card out of the discard pile. So that might come in handy. Desperate times. I'll put forth Lieutenant Chard. I only have 3 cards, so nothing to do there. Oops, let me bring Bromhead into better view there. There we go. We got all advance 1. So 1, 1, and then they will possibly advance, possibly not, because when she is out on a 5 or a 6, they remain in place. On a 1, 2, or 3, then they advance normally. Sweet. They stay in place. All right. My die rolls are turning around, maybe. Yeah, I guess what I'll do is I don't want to commit those 2 guys to the reserve platoon. I guess I'll play Volley Fire by the ranks. I'm going to have to put the DRM back in the box. But for now, I'm going to roll 3 dice on these guys here. Since I have no protection from them coming up and through. So I push them back 1. And then the DRM goes in the box. That's my action. Draw a card. A volley fire. Present fire. Nice. I don't have any heroes to put forth. The loins will move 2, which there are none, so excellent. Char's going to come to my hand, and he's going to fix this -1 DRM. I think that might be all I do this turn. So I'll draw a card. Special event. Play discard immediately. The night rule tempo now applies. So, day's gone. Nighttime is here. That gives us a permanent -1 DRM. Unless the hospital or storehouse were on fire, which they are not, which is a bummer. I need some fire. I want stuff to be on fire. So that was my card draw. I don't know, do I draw another card if I draw that special event? After revealing the night fighting begins, card 2. It's immediately discarded. In effect, it's a wasted draw. And the night marker, okay. So I do not get to draw another card. So we essentially go to the, I can put forth a hero. So let's put forth Chard. And housekeeping, I'm good. Let's draw another marker. Both horns advance 2. Ouch. Okay. Do this one first. They advance. The ones up there. They advance. Oh, they advance 2. Uh-oh. Not good. We're about to lose again, I think. I think it's time to get heroic. First of all, for my action, let's use volley fire, present fire. 3 shots. Let's go after the big one. The Fulwana. Ooh, 2 kills. But no pushback. Alright, that was my action. Now, since these guys are already put forth, I can use their volley things for free. Thing is, I have to discard them to do so. But it might be a good time to do so. Actually, we're at -1 DRM because of night. So those 2 6s were not kills. They were actually pushbacks. They were 5s. So 1, 2. Not sure if that's better or not. Yeah. I'm going to discard Chard to do his heroic 3 dice attack on the Indlando. Ugh. He was heroic. Nothing happened. Bummer. I get another action by returning Bromhead to my hand, but I don't think that's going to help. So I will just draw a card. Sergeant Windridge. I will put forth the hero. Draw another marker and hope it's not a left horn. It's a left horn. 1. They're in the inner barricade. The left horn moves again. We lose. Okay, my action. Man, my cards are brutal. I don't have a reserve platoon. I probably should have done this last turn. Oh well. Return to declare a +1 DRM to a single non-volley roll. that won't be helpful. I think it might be time to sacrifice Bromhead. That's not even an action, though. You know, let's do this. I'm going to use Bromhead and Windrith. This is my action to create the reserve platoon. That was my action. And hope I survive. I can't do that. I can't do that because one more card there. So, yeah, I'm just gonna sacrifice Bromhead. But that's not an action. Ugh. I don't really have any actions to do. You know what, let's risk it. I'm going to use my action to start the reserve platoon. Alright, there's my action. Oh. He goes back in there. I don't know if he, does he go back into my hand when that guy goes through there? Okay. So this should have come into my hands when, so should this. So these two are back in my hand. When they broke through these two things, these came back, should have come back into my hand. So I kind of messed that up earlier. I'm not sure if that would have affected anything. If I would have put them back out, probably not at that point. So anyways, those guys are back in my hand. So my action was to form the reserve platoon. During the draw card phase, I'm going to use Steady Lad Steady. Except I don't have an available Sergeant in play, so never mind. I'm just going to draw a card. Private Hook. I'm going to put forth the hero. I'm going to put forth Dalton. So he can go back out there. And housekeeping, I'm good. Alright, anything but left horn. Both horns advance 2, and that will be game over. Again, 2 pretty quick games of Zulus on the Ramparts. I believe I played everything right. I had to backtrack a couple times. But yeah, it's definitely a fun game. Difficult, as most of the States of Siege games are. And I'm not even playing with the advanced rules yet. Get a little bit better at this one. It's interesting. I didn't get a whole lot of volley cards early on. And that looks like why. Most of them had gotten mixed into the bottom of the deck there. So, and to win, it would have been the very last card. So, yeah, a lot of the volley cards were still in the deck. So I felt a little bit limited in my options there for a little bit. But I probably could have played some things better. I should have gone ahead and not done this and sacrificed Bromhead to try to push them back. But, you know, you never know. You never know how it's going to play out. But yeah, that was Zulu on the Ramparts. I recommend if you want to check out this game, definitely watch the movie. I found it online. I think it's on Vimeo or one of those websites. You can just watch it. Definitely an entertaining movie and helps you kind of understand what's going on with this battle. So, very, very, very cool game. Sorry I couldn't get a victory, but hopefully you at least kind of see how the game's played. And I will talk to you guys soon. All right. See you later.